I love nature. I love nature. Did I tell you I love nature? I love nature. Isn't this amazing? Like, my mood went from to woohoo! Like that. Amazing. Forget the money, forget the rules, the pressure, and the expectations. How would you truly want to spend your time? For me, it's this, letting nature rearrange the pieces of my soul. Welcome to my channel, This Way to Bliss, where I hike and explore and car camp in my hybrid SUV and heal through nature, one hop, skip, and step at a time. Hi, I'm Candace Shea Frazier. This is my story of growing through grief instead of giving up, resetting my nervous system, and breaking my addiction to chaos and confusion. Out here, I found the strength to keep going and the first sparks of balance, bliss, freedom, and fun after the fallout of divorce, loss, betrayal, and abandonment. I have so many adventures to share, so make sure you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. It really helps us out. It really do be like that sometimes when you're choosing to self-love and sobriety over survival. Some days your nervous system just says, baby, sit down, hold something small, and let the world stop spinning. This is what early sobriety looked like for me. Learning stillness, learning softness, learning how to let joy sit on my lap without feeling like I had to earn it. After 30 days without alcohol, and for the first time in years, I could hear myself again. And that's the part of the secret. When you stop numbing, you start reconnecting. Self-love becomes possible, and self-loathing says goodbye. As I sat watching the sunset, I reflected about how once upon a time, I was drowning in emotional and physical pain. I couldn't feel beauty because my body was fighting to survive. I was numbing myself out and shut down. But the moment I surrendered and forgave myself and let self-love lead me home, that's when everything shifted. Self-caring through sobriety didn't just clear my mind, it cleared the debris around my soul and opened my heart to exponential growth and epic love, safety, and belonging that started within my own heart, my own beingness, not chasing it out there, but embodying it. Each visit to nature's healing symphony, like this right here, is where I began noticing the world even more again. The light, the breeze, the sound of water. You see, when you stop numbing, all of your senses come back alive. Your intuition gets louder. Your peace becomes possible. This was the first time in a long time that I felt present and proud to be alive. Every adventure to nature brought me home to myself and allowed me to show my inner child through experiential and exposure therapy that I'm not abandoning myself anymore. Welcome to Bassi Falls. This is the place where my heart always feels at home. The energy out here feels like high vibes heaven, with my shadow and me discovering serenity. The Snowmelt had waterfalls everywhere, like a cosmic reset button, and every step, every breath told me the same thing. You don't have to survive anymore. You get to live now. And this is where the secret began revealing itself. Self-love requires self-honesty, self-trust, and courage. Well, I hear it, but I don't see it. The snow is melted. Everything's all beautiful and green. The falls are running like crazy. That's the river that you hear, as well as the wind. The birds, the trees, and the bees, and me. Are you ready?
Look. The last bits of snow. So over here, this is what it does. By summer, this will all be black and icky, dead. Wow. This is my favorite place. It's magical. So magical and easy and close and fun. Isn't this amazing? Like, my mood went from to woohoo! Like that. Easy peasy. Amazing. I love nature. I love nature. Did I tell you I love nature? I love nature. Shall we continue on?
You will always hear the massive epic roar of this waterfall before you even get to lay eyes on it. Similar to how the energy of transformation happens too. You feel it in your body and then you'll see it in your experience.
Isn't that the coolest rock?
And note to self, I need to invest in one of those stabilizer tripod thingies. So to my viewer, I appreciate your patience in my production skills improving. I promise they do get better.
I'm way off the path, but I don't care. That's how I do it. Because this is how we do it. Ooh, doggy. We ain't made it. I need some water. I'm thirsty.
The best part about hiking Bassi Falls in the spring is this waterfall is raging. As the season goes on, it begins to dry up to nothing more than just a trickle. But wow, just the energy in this area, the sound of the waterfall, the smells, the sights, it is so immersive and so therapeutic. It's just, so awesome. Because hiker life makes me happy. And if you've never hiked this trail, there's water galore everywhere. There's multiple waterfalls to sit and relax by and immerse yourself in nature's healing symphony. Zizi especially loved being with me. So I'm curious, drop in the comments, where's one of your favorite places to go to heal and connect with nature? Maybe I've been there. Maybe we can share and trade notes about the space. That puts a happy smile upon our face. Nature's transformation, illumination always shows me the way to my smile, to my peace, to my joy. How about you?
Black and white horizon line off the coast of my mind. Take my hand and we will find where the journey goes. Where the journey goes.
If you're struggling right now, how about I read you a poem about how amazing you are? You're such a beautiful human. Listen, shine. When a powerful woman is with self truly aligned, from within she will brightly shine. Unlike the cage of a lantern's flame, a beautiful woman's shine cannot be contained. And while no two women are the same, all are beautiful, empowered, resilient, a true dame. Secure and carefree, she stokes her own fire. Vibrant, her drive, intelligent, and heart are something to admire. With finesse and skill, juggling it all, balanced on the delicate wire, fueled by inner love and lavish with self-care, keeps her well, elevated, rising higher. Independent, confident, no longer a doubting buyer. To shine from within is something one must create, not acquire. Step in and be the empowered beliefs and word supplier. From here, a true transformation will transpire. Be thirsty for knowledge and insatiable like a vampire. Laugh like minions and let go of hurts prior. And with your inner being, do transpire. To love and accept yourself. Be a doer, not a trier. This is how powerful women shine from within and inspire. And it all begins with the limiting beliefs rewire. What is a limiting belief? That's those little voices inside you that say you're not pretty, you're not good enough, you're not lovable, you're never going to get it right, all you are is a failure, nobody wants you, or like, I have to sacrifice my happiness and please everyone else outside of me first before I allow myself to have what I want. Those beliefs can run deep and long, and it's kind of interesting because it's like you've been implanted with the virus, and it's like your computer software programming needs to have like a little debugging, and that's what the rewire is. And when you learn to validate self and not seek outside of self, that I can't even begin to describe it in this little video, how amazing that is. I used to be someone that was insecure, very insecurely attached to the world around me, and I sacrificed my own morals and my own inner appreciation in order to seek out validation outside of me. And it was never what I needed to be doing. I needed to be doing that. I needed to source my sense of love and care for myself and stop abandoning myself, because when we seek outside for happiness, that's abandoning our inner child. It's time to stop abandoning her. She's screaming for you. Put the sword down. Step in. Love you. Be now. Be wow. You got this. And if you need help, I'm here. I love you. The thing I love about nature is that it provides an opportunity to get immersed in the right now, focused on the beauty of what's wow in that now. Present, peaceful, enjoying the sweetness of doing nothing, while also simultaneously immersing yourself in the beauty around you. Walking along the trail, spotting these geese, I had one thing come to mind. They're either going to attack me or they're going to welcome me into their flock. So let's see which it is. These little babies were so adorable. Through the lens of animal medicine, goose symbolism is powerful. It represents loyalty, tenderness, compassion, communication, companionship, the courage to be brave and accept help when you need it, and emotional healing of family bonds, knowing when to lead or follow, and the courage to migrate toward a better life. Goose symbolism reminds us we are not alone, and more importantly, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So do the inner work so you can shake off the fear and anxiety. Embrace the now, focus on the wow, to alchemize the ow and be in the joy of life. Be loyal and dedicated to your highest good. Boldly guard the theft of your energy, time, and attention by communing compassionately and confidently what you need from your tribe.
Pardon me. No? Can I get by, please? No? Should I just follow you? Yeah, I'll follow you. Where are we going? Where? This way? Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go. Hop to, let's go, let's go. So I guess I'm part of the family now. Which way? That way? You sure? Are you guys sure? Do you really know which way we're going? No? He says no. Kids say yes.
In April of 2022, with spring renewal and leaving the winter seasons of my life, I began walking toward warmth, safety, and self-respect. I was in the season of remembering my roots and finally coming home to myself. And in that, I realized that I'll never be alone or abandoned again. You can think of it as I'd become my own mother hen. And that is the secret to choosing self-love and sobriety. You have to reparent yourself and learn new coping skills instead of chasing booze, sex, and pills.
It's okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. You're a little too close to my babies. You better get back before I pop off on you. My next nature healing symphony adventure was to the lake, a day hike self-care ritual that had become my daily sanity. And you'll see coming up shortly, I had a very special visitor that was confirming what I was thinking about choosing joy and being in joy. Traversing this trail, seeing how spring had sprung, it was beautiful. The purples, the yellows, the greens, the blues, the beige khaki color. I was so grounded and in a state of bliss. It was awesomeness. In this moment, what you're observing is me being aware that my self-love is what is changing and shifting me from survival to thrive mode, just by these daily acts of self-care, of tuning in, tapping in, and pouring into me first before I chase, rescue, or even abandon myself in the pursuit of love, safety, and belonging outside of myself. Probably one of the hardest yet most beautiful lessons I've learned on this journey of being my own hero. This is what it looks like to be loved, be now, and be wow. And right on cue, the hummingbird showed up as if to say, when you choose joy, joy chooses you. And it is not easy to capture these beautiful creatures on film. You see, hummingbird medicine is all about lightness, miracles, and lifting out of old pain patterns. And that's exactly what early sobriety felt like for me. Tiny wings carrying me into freedom. Choosing sobriety was choosing self-love. That's the secret.
Did you see that? I got visited by an angel. Anyway, the reason I was filming the video was to talk about what it means to be in nature and why it's so important. Especially if you're someone that has gone through a lot of trauma and is struggling to stay grounded. So, the reason I like going to nature is because my autonomic nervous system, that part of me that says danger, has kind of been jacked up for the majority of my life. And so I come into nature because when you get into nature, it puts you in the very moment, and the sound of the birds tells you that there's no danger, because birds only chirp when it's safe. It's an old survival instinct that's programmed into our brain. So the way to overcome that programming after trauma, nature, because nature will put you in, like, I can't stop smiling when I come to nature. And it is my go-to when I am in a state of tension, fear, and freeze, even flight. So let me know in the comments below how going to nature works for you. And if you want to learn more about all of this dynamic of how the body is and what it does after trauma, we should have a talk. That is exactly my jam, and it's something I've worked really hard to understand, because I was lost in fight, flight, freeze, and fawn, and I wanted to be in thrive mode. So this is me in thrive mode. And as you saw, I got visited by a hummingbird. Like, how amazing is that? That thing actually came down to me. So I'm going to go look up what that means. And I wish you all abundance, blessings, and a bliss life. Remember, be in love, be now, and be wow.
Just like each time you traverse the trail, you gain confidence and freedom when you follow your intuition to seek new experiences. In the new experiences, you get to discover who you are, what you are aligned with, and from that awareness, plus the courageous choice to take aligned action from your intuition, that's how you break the barriers to your bliss and balance. You become your own hero, following your own sweetness, making your own way as you traverse your trail of transformation from survival to thriving. And remember, you have to do the work and rescue you, because there is no one coming to rescue you. Now, there may be people show up that can guide you and help you walk home to yourself, but the steps have to be taken by you. The intention, the commitment, and the dedication comes from within. It is an internal choice to give power to your inner voice. Yeah, you know what time it's about to be. It's about to be that time. I'm all packed up and ready to go. And tell me you're a nature photographer adventurer without telling me you're a nature photographer adventurer. Pup's house is all set and ready to go, and soon I will be too. Have an amazing Friday, because I'm about to go on a field trip to the forest, y'all. I'll have more to come once I get there. Yay!
I was stuck in the moment. I couldn't see through the smoke in front of me. Now I know where I'm going, so I gotta leave. I'm on my way. I see the road in front of me. I'm on my way. Finally where I'm supposed to be. I'm finding my own place. I'm running my own race. You can say it's impossible, but I'm on my way.
Random thought. I'm in the backcountry, and as you can see, wineries. I don't drink anymore. But like, I'm okay with that, like 100% okay with it. It just seems funny to see wineries, because it's like, I don't drink, so what is the point? But it is beautiful out here, but just that profound, like, wow, like I don't miss it, I don't crave it. Not that I ever really did crave it or miss it when I wasn't doing it, but I know a lot of people really struggle with that, and I'm not quite sure what it was that shifted for me, except the fact that I'm choosing what makes me feel my best during, before, and after. So if it doesn't pass that test, time to give it a rest, kind of theory. So that's my take on that. I'm curious, what is your thoughts on why you chose to stop drinking? For me, there was also this really strong urge of, it was time to put it down, because part of the spiritual awakening process is discovery of
what different things are in the body and what the body really needs and doesn't need, and how it will run optimally, and what is an actual straight on poison. So yeah, saucy sauce may be fun, can taste yum yum, but it does not have a place in the human body, not even wine. So yeah, there's actually, I don't remember where exactly it is, but in the good book, the Bible, they talk about all of that, and it is, excuse me, you give beer to the dying so they forget, and wine to the poor so they forget that they're poor. But a leader does not anesthetize themselves. So there's a key word, anesthetize, numb. Why would I want to be numb to my human experience? My human experience is so crappy that I've got to numb myself to it. There's a problem right there. That's the root cause. So let's talk about a root cause real quick. What is that? It's the core of what is causing the pain, like a thorn. It's not the thorn that's causing the pain, but it's the cut.
Yay, we've made it. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I've never camped or even been to this park, so I'm super stoked. So much, in fact, that I missed the turn and drove right past it and had to turn around and make my way back again. So fun times. Anyone else do that? As I got set up here at Calaveras Big Trees, knowing that I was going to have 2 days of doing nothing, 2 days of letting the forest rewire me, exploring the campgrounds and redwood groves with childlike wonder, birdsong at sunrise, frogs at night, wind whispering through the ancient giants, and blowing bubbles like my inner child had finally come home. This is where I truly met myself again. Sober, soft, sovereign. And this is the real secret. Self-love is remembering who you are before the world told you who to be and you loathed yourself instead of loved yourself. Right now, we're standing in a place that's been sacred long before it was a state park. Calaveras Big Trees was officially established in 1931, but the giant sequoias were discovered by non-native people back in 1852. Before that, indigenous tribes like the Central Sierra Miwok honored this land for thousands of years. The trees were seen as ancient guardians, not attractions. Tourism exploded after 1852. People traveled from everywhere to see the giant trees, but sadly, curiosity turned into destruction. One of the largest sequoias, called the Discovery Tree, was actually cut down and displayed like a museum piece. That heartbreaking moment sparked the very conservation movement in California and eventually led to the protection of this entire forest. Some facts about the giant sequoias themselves. They can live 3,000 years. They only grow naturally in 68 groves on Earth. Their bark can be 2 feet thick, fire-resistant, and spongy. Their seeds only sprout after fire. They're the phoenixes of the tree world, kind of like us. And similarly, as you walk through this grove, you can see the destruction of the bark being stripped off of the trees, yet they still stand, majestic and mighty, just like us, after the storms of trauma, narcissistic abuse, betrayal, loss, and abandonment, even rejection. And to put it into perspective how huge this tree is, I'm 5'3" and 115 pounds. So you can see how massive this thing is compared to me. This is exactly the medicine that my soul, heart, and mind needed. Oh, I can see. Wow. Look at this. It won't flip. Anyway, look. That tree is huge. Like,
Huge. Not as big as that one. But wow, this is amazing. Check it out. These sequoias are two of the largest in the grove, with diameters of over 17 feet, 4.5 feet above the ground.
Definitely another bucket list state park you want to go visit. So I'm back and I'm getting things set up for the evening.
Bam, bam, bam.
Making some hot water and getting ready to unleash my inner child with bubbles. Bubbles! I had forgotten exactly how much fun they were until I was playing with them with my 3-year-old granddaughter. Even better, the act of blowing bubbles forces you into the power of your breath and the right now. It really does unleash the wow of right now.
You are my favorite place to go. You're at the end of my favorite road.
Calaveras Big Trees sits at the perfect elevation for ridiculously loud frog choruses. Based on time of year, volume, elevation, and location, these were probably Pacific tree frogs, also called the Sierran tree frog. So they sound like an entire orchestra, but they are apparently tiny. They thrive in campgrounds, creeks, and meadow wetlands. And at night, even one can sound like a full band. And as you'll soon see, at night, this forest comes alive. These frogs at Calaveras don't whisper. They're singing. And these tiny little powerhouses that echo throughout the entire campground, their voices are the soundtrack of this spring in the Sierras. Like I said, a full-on orchestral serenade. So I'm going to make some jasmine rice and some soup for dinner. Enjoying a warm, nourishing meal by a cozy campfire is pure bliss, isn't it? Anyone else agree? I have found it very grounding and therapeutic to just watch the fire and do nothing but watch the fire. And I mean, it wouldn't be a camping trip unless you're roasting marshmallows over the fire, right? So I did that and wound down for the evening to get ready to go to bed. And it was interesting because I'm not drinking, so my whole flow of being is different.
My dog's back there moving, got me all freaked out. What an amazing day. I was watching a movie, but I paused it to make a video before I killed my battery. But yeah, I love car camping.
We're in bear country, so I'm like, what?
She is shaking the whole freaking car. Pup, pup, pup. Don't be doing that. Anyway. Yeah, I pulled my hat up so I could hear better. Anyway, I just wanted to say this is amazing. I love camping. Do you? I do. And the other thing is, it's kind of cool to not have any connection. Like, I have no Wi-Fi, no cell. But it's nice to not have the pressure of having to be on the phone. I mean, yes, I've taken video and pictures, but it's not the same. It's really not the same. It's like the phone is a leash. Albeit. Anyway, back to detoxing. Because eclipse energy. Whoa, 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 whoa. And it's almost my birthday month. That means my birthday is like 15 days away now. Mm-hmm.
The next morning, I discovered this plant. You see, right after the snow melts, the forest reveals its secrets, like these vivid red snow plants. They only appear at high elevation and only for a short window. They don't use sunlight at all, and they grow from a mycelium network underground. They're rare, mystical, and honestly, finding them felt like finding forest treasures, similar to the treasure of safety and sovereignty that I was finding through being self-sourced and self-loving instead of self-harming and self-loathing, ultimately self-abandonment through those behaviors. So seeing those snowy plants appear like waxy red flames out of the forest fire is a sign of a healthy mycorrhizal network, the underground forest internet. Snow plants symbolize reemergence, rebirth after harsh winters, and rising through darkness into light. I didn't know it then, but this was the final unraveling of a trauma bond I'd carried for far too long. When you stop numbing, you can finally hear the truth. What was love and what was fear? What was connection and what was survival? Healing from narcissistic abuse isn't about them. It's about finally choosing yourself. And in these woods, I chose me. That's self-love. That's sobriety. While I blow some bubbles for you, let's go over some signs that you are healing from narcissistic abuse. You stop looking for reasons why they did this or what made them a narcissist. You realize that knowing what they really are puts you light years ahead of them. You're ready to work on the parts of yourself that you've been running from most of your life. You stop caring what they're doing, who they're with, even what they're thinking. You enjoy being with yourself and your own company. You've identified, addressed, and worked through your triggers. You're ready to find healthy, normal partner when you realize great partners exist. All men/women are not the same, and you begin to trust yourself. On this day, April 30th, 2022, I wrote a list. Everything I was done carrying. Fear, lack, loneliness, financial panic, old identity wounds, all of it. And I'm about to burn it in the fire as a declaration that I am loved, I am safe, I am enough. Money supports me, my life supports me, I support me. This is the secret of choosing self-love over survival. You let go of what hurts you so you can rise into what heals you. So it's time to purge. So we're letting go. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This was the moment my golden age began, the doorway into Mother Me May and my 50th birthday rebirth, which was right around the corner. Like, how am I supposed to do yoga when she's on my mat? Lots of hearts. Oh, wait. No. That way, because I couldn't do it the other way. If you're watching this and you're ready for your own rebirth, remember this. You're not failing, you're awakening. And it's okay if you love your alone time and you aren't there yet. You don't know what to do. You ask for personal space. You put yourself first. You are a work in progress. It's all okay. It's just where you're at on the path. And for me, in my experience, the path has been finding freedom from fear by using the power of love. You see, love is what we are born with. Fear is what we learn. The spiritual journey is the unlearning of fear and the prejudices and the acceptance of love back into our hearts. Love is the reality and our purpose on earth. To be consciously aware of it, to experience love in ourselves and others, to embody it, not chase it. This is the meaning of life. And here's the thing, meaning does not lie in things. It lies in us, and we are all divine. That is the Namaste way. The genuine and divine spark that is in you is also in me, and that makes us the same. It makes us united. It makes us one. As Bruce Lipton said, the moment you change your perception is the moment you change your chemistry. Thank you, Bruce, for that wisdom. That confirms my aha that our perception and our perspective are our superpowers. And here is the biggest secret of awakening to the power of love that I will share. Your nervous system wants peace. Your heart wants your love. Your soul wants to speak and live its truth. And nature will walk you home to your heart every single time. Nature is where my nervous system remembers who I am. It's where joy comes back online. The second I breathe, listen, and let my shoulders drop. Sometimes the shift is instant, from heavy to hopeful, from overwhelmed to wahoo. And when you shift your perspective and your perception, everything will begin to change for you as well. And I hope that this video has shared insights that will help you discover the secret to choosing self-love and sobriety over survival for yourself, and what that means and looks and feels and sounds like for you. And if you need a mentor or a guide, hi, I'm Candace, and it's what I do. I guide you as you're on the path doing the inner work, connecting to your inner child and rewiring those neural pathways of fear to love. And I want you to know that no matter how you feel now, there is always the power to heal, evolve, and transform your life. Your journey as a human is an ever-sifting tide of learning and evolving through the experience with grace and dignity, even when we're weak and sick physically. If you've been following the Traversing the Trail series, you know that this is my story of what happens when you stop numbing, start listening, and let nature rewire your entire identity. If you've ever struggled with burnout, emotional pain, a traumabond, nervous system dysregulation, choosing yourself, or breaking a pattern you're outgrown, keep following me, because that's all of the things that I've been alchemizing. I had to learn the secret to choosing self-love over survival. And in choosing sobriety, the intuitive clarity it brought was profound. Nature has been accelerating my nervous system healing and teaching me how to release what no longer serves me and allow it to go back to the earth and be transmuted and transformed. And for me, early sobriety has felt like coming home. If you're on your healing path, I see you. You're not failing, you're awakening, and you're right on schedule in divine timing with every step. And don't be so hard on yourself. The thing about change is we have to focus on choosing, not changing, because the reality is the transformational paradigm that until the pain of remaining the same outweighs that pain of change, everything stays the same. Because until you can learn to signal safety to your nervous system, the things that you desire to do are going to be out of reach because they don't feel safe. So embrace yourself in that now and focus on the wow, not the ow. You hold the power and choice right now to flip the script. The awareness that fear equals anxious, hate, disappointed, and demanding, versus the love lens, which is trust and optimism forward, affirmation, forgiving, understanding, living in reverence, in your passion, choosing joy, flowing in love now. That's how we transcend the old cycle of survive mode and move into thrive. So for now, plan A is find your breath, find your center, choose love and joy, let go and flow so you can glow. Put the problem in perspective, accept the limitations of right now, and ask yourself, can this even be fixed right now? If no, then go to plan A and then do plan B. Plan B is to go about your day, reminding your ego that you are aware of the trigger and affirm that I am safe, I am loved, I am present in the now. Plan A is the awareness of being human. You will walk through many classrooms and be in hallways that you can get triggered. When you shift your perspective of this as problems to possibilities to be evaluated and transmuted, and realize the goal is to go from bereaved to balance, you begin to notice the lens of fear, its purpose, and can quickly find the lever to level up to a higher mind, gain clarity, and get the love wonder goggles on now so you can get in your flow. You see, letting go of the problem doesn't give it authority or permission to have been acceptable. It releases the attachment and shifts the lens to being love in the now, from fear and past worry. So it's time to paint a new masterpiece on the canvas. This way of being and doing will require a shift. Instead of booze, water. Instead of tear down, lift up. Instead of overthink, intuition. Instead of fear, it was choosing wonder. Instead of self-loathing, it was self-loving. Awakening the power of my truth to set me free, to heal me, was the turning point of feeling like life was hell on earth to feeling blissful and heaven on earth. And to be honest, I never liked drinking. I did it to fit in. I did it to numb my pain. I did it to relax, which always meant waking up in the middle of the night unable to sleep from the effects of this neurotoxin. I did it to feel happier in that moment. I did it because TV ads made it look so fun. While I had always suspected it was the cause of my physical pain and made the emotional pain worse, and it definitely made my stomach unhappy. Turns out my intuition was right. That inner wisdom knew all along what was wrecking my beautiful Maserati body and hijacking my happy. And the chaos of not listening to that intuition was the fallout that never ended. The chaos ensued until the day I tuned in and actually listened. The next step of taking empowered action, giving myself the nurturing and compassion to heal my inner pain and allowing my body to heal from the effects of the outer pain, was the breakthrough of the barriers that had held me back this life. With new alignment unlocked, now I have peace and calm. My family is back in my life. I have the ability to feel and be in joy again. I feel safe and secure within. And it finally feels amazing to be alive. I'm no longer stuck in the mode called survive. I'm fully riding the waves of my ascension from fear to love and living a blissed life where I am whole, empowered, and thrive. And you might be asking, well, Candace, how do I know if I need to detox? Well, if you're always tired, get constant headaches, always bloated or gassy, have low libido, mood swings, you're always sick, then you need a detox. And remind yourself when you're anxious, depressed, and hopeless, this feeling won't last forever. I don't need to have everything figured out right now, and I'm not alone, because I believe in you and I know you've got this. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'm going to say goodbye to my 40s and welcome my golden age 50s with a special solo trip back to Big Trees and then off to Yosemite National Park. And later in the month, I go to Alabama Hills and Lone Pine, where it's framed by Mount Whitney Portal and the Sierra Nevada mountains, to go on more hikes for more immersive baths in nature's healing symphony and deeper into my transformation from this self-loathing survival mode to self-loving, self-sourced, and sovereign in thrive mode. I have a few other surprises that you won't want to miss because I'm welcoming some new family members. So you want to make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe and share with your besties so you guys can traverse the next trail with me. Stay sovereign, stay self-sourced, and remember, your heart is your home.
As long as we're together, it's enough for me. It doesn't matter where we are. Home is where the heart is. It doesn't